June 4th, 1942. Richard Best is diving at 400 miles per hour, straight down. Below him, the Akagi, Japan's most powerful aircraft carrier, the ship that launched the attack on Pearl Harbor. 50 anti-aircraft guns firing directly at him. His squadron already aborted. His wingmen already pulled away. He is completely alone. One bomb, one chance. The entire Pacific War comes down to the next 8 seconds. 6 months before this moment, December 7th, 1941, Japanese aircraft launched from the Akagi destroyed the American Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor. 2,400 Americans dead in 2 hours. The United States declared war the next day. But America had a problem. Japan's Navy was the most powerful in the Pacific. 6 aircraft carriers, hundreds of fighters, battleships that could destroy entire fleets. America had 3 carriers left. Japan's plan was simple: destroy those 3 carriers at Midway Island, and America would have nothing left to fight with. The war in the Pacific would be over. Japan did not know that America had broken their secret military code, and they were waiting. Richard Best was 32 years old, a U.S. Navy dive bomber pilot based on the USS Enterprise. Quiet, precise, the kind of pilot who never wasted a single move. His job was simple and almost impossible: fly directly at a ship, firing everything it had at him. Hold his nerve until the last possible second. Release one bomb. Pull up before hitting the ocean. The margin for error was 0. Too early, you miss. Too late, you die. Best had trained for this moment for years. He did not know it would come down to him, alone. June 4th, 1942, 10:22 a.m. American dive bombers approached the Japanese fleet. The Akagi sat in the center, Japan's flagship, the ship that started everything. Best led his squadron into the dive, but something went wrong. The other squadrons had already committed to different targets. The communication broke down. His own wingmen followed another group by mistake. Best looked down at the Akagi, then looked around him. He had 2 planes left beside him, 2 wingmen, against the most defended ship in the Japanese fleet. Every anti-aircraft gun on the Akagi was now pointing at them, tracers filling the air around his cockpit, the ship growing larger every second. Best made his decision. He kept diving. 1,000 meters, 800 meters, 600 meters. The Akagi's deck filling his entire windshield. His hand on the release. Not yet. 500 meters. Not yet. 450 meters. Now. The bomb left his aircraft. Best pulled back on the controls with everything he had. The G-force slammed him into his seat, vision narrowing. He leveled out 30 meters above the ocean surface. Then, the explosion. His bomb had hit the center of the Akagi's flight deck, directly into the aircraft waiting below. Fully fueled, fully armed. The secondary explosions tore the ship apart from the inside. Fire reached the ammunition storage. The Akagi was finished. Japan's greatest aircraft carrier, the ship that bombed Pearl Harbor, sunk by one bomb, from one pilot who was supposed to have turned back. Within the next 6 minutes, 2 more Japanese carriers were hit by other American squadrons. By the end of the day, 3 of Japan's 6 aircraft carriers were at the bottom of the Pacific. The 4th was sunk the following morning. Japan lost 4 carriers in 24 hours. America lost 1. The Battle of Midway was over, and with it, Japan's ability to win the war. Richard Best flew 2 missions that day. He came back from both. What nobody knew until later, during that dive, a maintenance error on his oxygen system had filled his lungs with caustic soda. He had been breathing poison the entire time. He landed on the Enterprise, climbed out of his cockpit, and collapsed on the deck. He spent the next 2 years in a hospital. His flying career was over. He never flew in combat again. But the Japanese carriers he helped destroy that morning never flew again either. The war in the Pacific lasted 3 more years, but the outcome was decided on June 4, 1942, at 450 meters, by one pilot who had every reason to turn back and did not.